Good morning, Trader James here, Wednesday, August 6th with a quick trade review. A little bit better than yesterday, that's kind of the theme of today. Still struggled with some of the same things, tilt, over tradings, they have 13 trades there. Positive on the day, did break a couple rules, frustrated about that. Overall, I graded my day a C, even though I got to plus 10R, my current daymaker level, and stopped. There's just a few errors throughout the day that I'm trying to break these habits and still struggling. Ideally, if I am maybe 50% better than yesterday, then tomorrow I can be 50% better than today, and just gradually get better and better and slowly break out of these habits. It's just frustrating to still, I write down on my market journaling, I'm talking about all these things that I'm struggling with, about how I need to cut these out, but then in the moment, it's just so easy for these habits to pop up, the revenge trading, the tilts, the FOMOing into trades, the emotions tend to take over. So working on that, did a little bit better today, only 13 trades, still too many. I overtraded today, revenge traded, FOMO traded. 3 wins, 5R each. Definitely helpful that I have a high R factor on my trades. If I was going for a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1, I'd be definitely not profitable. The losses, keeping them at 1R, and my break evens, I consider anything between 0 to 1R a break even. So I usually try to move my stop to 1R when I can, just to lock in basically a free trade. So it's about 10R after all the commissions and all that. I highlighted today just the 3 trades that were my winning trades. These are the ones where I stuck to my plan. I traded with a trend, going into pre-market here. So I have this trade long, this trade long, this trade long. So it's kind of hard to see because the candles are so big and next to each other. So I just put my initial entry on each of those, and then I showed the entry and the second entry with the yellow line there. It's getting a little busy, but hopefully this makes sense. So initially we had the open, we kind of jiggled around here a little bit. I think I had a loss initially. It came up, broke it, moved around, entered long on the trade here, entered another long, moved my stop up, and then got the 5R on that trade. Ended up FOMOing into a short kind of in here. A couple, actually, I believe I shorted in here, shorted down there, then I shorted with a break of this candle, which barely saw any follow through. So this is where a bunch of my losses came from, just thinking that, this is a pretty big outside bar here. I was going with, we're losing basically all the whole morning. The first 5-minute candle progress, it's an outside bar looking short, so I was just jumping in. I wasn't waiting. The only entry that would have been appropriate would have been either the break of the open or the break of this candle here would have been the 2, but I had a couple extra trades in there, and then I think I also took a short right here thinking, all right, we got to roll over, we've given back all of that. But when I start thinking, all right, we got to do something, that's definitely a point to think about. All right, well, probably it's going to go the other way because everybody's thinking that. Ended up waiting for this candle here, took a long, and then added to it, got out for another 5R. So now I'm back basically slightly positive, I think, on the day. During all this, I'd given back, I had initially a loss, and then I had the win, so I was up 4R. Gave back everything, went negative. I said that I was going to walk away break even on the day, ended up going negative. Then we came back up. I took a FOMO entry long, got stopped out, entered here for another 5R, and then I got kind of chopped up a little bit in here, looking at, all right, well, we made a higher high, and then we gave it all back, so I was looking short around here. We got no follow through, so clearly, I'm fighting the trend. We're above bullish EMAs. I'm seeing all these things, and we're not at overbought. There's no reason to be really looking short on these, what we're dealing with right now. So I entered another long, got a 5R, which brought me up to the 10R on the day. Those were the 3 good trades of the day. Chopped up in here, chopped up in here, ended up getting out positive, but just overly really not happy with my performance again today. Yes, better than the day before, better than Tuesday. Less than half as many trades. Definitely over trading. I need to work on cutting out all of these extra losses. Like I could have been done on the day if I just took that initial trade, maybe have that first loss, sure, it came up, came down, re-entered, I would have been up 4, then waited. We're basically in an uptrend here above bullish EMAs. Just don't look short down here. Why am I looking short? Just wait, enter long, take that, then we make the higher low. All right, we made a higher low here, we need to wait for the long, took the long. Now at this point later in the day, now that we've lost the 5-minute uptrend, maybe consider looking for a short somewhere around here to go with the 5-minute lower high. It kind of looks like we've given all that back. Now there's the possibility to go short. But if I just stuck with those trades, I would have been done much earlier in the day. A lot less mental fatigue, a lot less opportunity for tilt and revenge trading to jump in, which is something that I found more helpful. Is if I can be done in the first half hour to hour, then it's a lot easier to maintain my mental state of mind. Once I start getting past that half an hour to hour point, I start to struggle more. So something to keep in mind. I did increase my R factor to 10 for a day maker. It was at 5, so potentially, I could have been out much earlier on the day. But I'm also trying to push a little bit more. So things to work on, things I'm thinking about. It was a bit rambly today, sorry. Overall, did a little bit better than yesterday. Hopefully tomorrow I can do a little bit better than today. I may trade, I may not trade tomorrow, we'll see. Can't trade Friday, busy then, so I might just have one more day this week. 13 trades total, 3 wins at 5R each, 6 losses, 1 break even, R factor of 10 after all my fees and commissions and whatnot. Have any questions? Feel free to drop them in the comments. Thanks.